afternoon, Vinyl community, the VC and the Vinyl Lounge family. Welcome back. As you can see, I am all alone for this segment. I just actually dropped off Katie at the train station. She's headed out to Toronto with the kids, Carter and Brooke. They're headed out for 4 or 5 days for a little trip. They're going to go see the Montreal Alouettes from the CFL playing the Toronto Argonauts. We're more of NFL fans, but I do follow the local teams, and the Alouettes are doing good this year, and they might clinch this weekend. So I'm hoping for an amazing game, and I'm sure they're going to have tons of fun. They're going to head out to the Aquarium, which is amazing in Toronto, possibly go to the CN Center, and then there's all these beautiful big King Street, Yonge Street, Kensington Market, which is absolutely amazing in Toronto. For your information, I lived in Toronto when I was younger. From 8 to 12, my father used to work for the government, and we were shipped out there for 4 years, and that's where I learned my English, because I am French. Yes, let me remind you that. So when you hear me talk a bit off, or use some, like right now, see I'm stalling because I can't find my words. That's because I speak French. But I do my best. So here, listen, first of all, I'm having, right now, it's late afternoon, and I'm getting out of a little cold, and I'm ending it with this. I don't know if you're a whiskey fan, Scotch whiskey fan, but Aberlour, which is absolutely amazing. This is a double cask, 12-year-old bottle. It's, not too often, but it's so good. So I'm having this. I'm killing the last of my cold with this beautiful little drink. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about, it popped up on my social media yesterday, is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the inductees for 2024. So I know nothing about this. I do not follow the nominations, the groups, how it's done, why it's done, who selects, and who gets in. I just know if I do the research, there's a lot of bands that should be in there, should have been in there for a long time, and they still aren't. And then there's some that are in there that I know nothing of, which is sometimes kind of funny. I think back in the days, there was only 6, 7, or 8 going in. I think this year there's 16 inductees in the 2024 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They call it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I posted a few spins this morning and a few responses on Facebook and Instagram saying they should be calling it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's not all rock and roll. It's not, but that's what it is, and I don't think it's going to change. It remains music. It remains related to music, and it's always fun to see who's getting in there. So there's 16 going in this year. So hey, amongst the nominees, so there's Mary J. Blige. I'm going to check here. So there, Mary J. Blige, that I absolutely love. She's a queen. Back in my club days, I would walk into the Salvios at Saint Laurent. What was playing? What would bring me to the dance floor? It was Mary J. Blige. She was one of those amazing artists, and she's still performing today. So I love her. That's a great, well-deserved induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's nominations this year. I'll give you a few names after that are still not in there, that you might think should have gone in first. Well, we don't decide. So Mary J. Blige, Dave Matthews Band, Tribe Called Quest represents that. Yes, Tribe Called Quest is in. MC5, and then there's Alexis Corner, which I don't know, and then Suzanne De Pass, Big Mama Thornton, Norman Whitfield is in there, and then you have a few. I'll show you a few of the albums of artists that are going in this year. But before I do that, I'm going to tell you a few names that were on the list and didn't make it. We're talking about Jane's Addiction. We're talking about Mariah Carey. We're talking about Lenny Kravitz, which I don't know if you've seen him lately. I follow him. I am a huge Lenny Kravitz fan. I have no vinyl whatsoever of him, and I need it. But it's so hard to find. There's none anymore. So he's still on the road. He's doing his thing. He looks exactly the same as 35 years ago. And he was nominated and he's not in there. And then there's Sinead O'Connor, there's Sade, there's a whole list of artists that were there this year that didn't make it. And the way it works is there's some rock historians. So first of all, I think the criteria is you have to have your first release 25 years ago minimum. Your first album release 25 years ago. After that, there's a bunch of rock historians that select a bunch of artists. After that, this is passed on to 500 rock and roll experts, international rock and roll experts that vote. And then only this year, there's 16, so only these 16 made it. So the most votes, I think it's like rock and roll, it's like the Hockey Hall of Fame, it's the NFL, the votes. It's pretty much the same way for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So I'm going to show you a few of the inductees of this year. One of my favorites, I have a few that are, I'm just going to show you 4 of them very quickly. We're talking about Foreigner. So listen, this band, we know them for many of their hits, and there's a lot of songs that never made it to radio that are absolutely amazing. I am so happy to hear that they are headed in there. It was Kind of Urgent. You get it? Urgent? Emergency! Urgent! No? Okay. All right. So Urgent. Foreigner is going in. I'm very happy about that. Let's move on. Miss Cher is finally getting in there. And I'm very happy for her, man. She's had a hell of a career. And this album that I spun this morning, you know, if I could turn back time. Actually, I pulled it out and I never noticed this album. This is one of the coolest album covers. This might be an eventual thread, but images hidden behind images. So look at this. This is a skull, and if you move in closely, it's beautiful Cher next to a heart of stone. So this is the heart of stone. This is Cher, and this is a skull. Look at this. So Cher's going in. That's amazing. Another well-deserved induction is Miss Dionne Warwick. She is incredible. I spun her also this morning. Oh, and then there's this guy here, Mr. Peter Frampton. Oh, come on. Peter Frampton comes alive. Yes. He's alive. He's going in, and it's well-deserved. Very happy for him. We're moving on with Mr. John Mayall. He is finally getting in there. A good friend of Eric Clapton's, I think. Collaborations in the past. And I'll talk about Clapton in a few seconds. I'll tell you something special about the inductions and the inductees. And how many times can they get in there? Once? Twice? 3 times? So John Mayall's in. That's amazing. Another one of my favorites. I spin him very regularly, or just regularly. It's Mr. Jimmy Buffett. I have probably about 10 of his albums. One of my favorites, A Sailor right here. And totally to the opposite of Jimmy Buffett is Kool and the Gang. They're in. Yes. And I got this album not long ago. I was so freaking happy. Fresh, Emergency, you know, Cherish. So Kool and the Gang are in. And then there's the other names that I gave you. And like I said, Mariah Carey, Lenny Kravitz, all these didn't make it. Some people that have made it. Oh, and wait a second. The reason I wanted to do this little video was because this man is getting inducted. So was this guy already in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Yes, he was. He was with Black Sabbath. But this year, he's going in as a solo artist, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne. And he is so excited and happy. I think this is the summum of his career. Ozzy Osbourne, congratulations on your solo career induction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Another one that's, so twice, Ozzy with Black Sabbath and Ozzy. Another one that's in there twice is Miss Stevie Nicks. Yes, with whom? Fleetwood Mac, and for her solo career. This is also one of my favorites. I love her voice. And then I think there's only one that I'm not sure. I didn't research it, but there's one that's in there 3 times, and it's this guy right here for his work with the Yardbirds, Cream, and Eric Clapton solo career. So this is an album actually that I really, really love. History of Eric Clapton. You find a bit of everything, including Cream on this. Great, great tracks. I love his look right here. Look at this with the axe. What else do I want to say? I want to say thank you to all of you that are popping in and participating into the From Hippie to Hipster bearded contest that I posted a little while ago. And there's still a month left. October 22nd is the contest date where I will be getting into my hat and pulling one of those thousands of participants that will be in that contest. I'm very excited about that. We have a great amount of participants so far, and all of a sudden, there's a few videos lately that have been mentioning it, and people are like, wow, that's a great contest, and it's an easy contest. You think it might be hard, but if you go into your collection, 60s, 70s, even 80s, and someone posted their entry yesterday with new releases and found them beards. So beards are popular back then, are popular now. Enter that contest. I'll post a link below. On that note, VC, Vinyl Community, the Vinyl Lounge family, I wish you a great Thursday evening. And I'll be seeing you very shortly because tomorrow is Win That Spin. I think I'm going live again, possibly with Katie in Toronto. I will be pulling her in on the Facebook Live to talk about the winners of Win That Spin and have maybe a little chit-chat talk with all of the followers that we have here and there. And after that, I will be doing my picks for football. Actually, I have one that I have to do today. I will be doing a very shortly for you all. The Cowboys are playing tonight, and normally they should win, but will they win? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's a bit of a mess over there. So on that note, guys, you have a great Thursday. Talk to you soon.